Hello there, Starscream back for a Transformer review, and I've really been looking forward to having a look at this toy. I've been waiting for it for a long time, so I better get to it, hadn't I? Cyclonus, the Universe figure. Bit of background story, as I always do, so you're expecting that, aren't you? Right, contrary to popular belief, in the movie he does actually talk twice, which is interesting because initially, when I saw it the first time, I thought Scourge has got all the lines, Cyclonus never says anything. In actual fact, he speaks twice. It's just bad timing. And if you see my Scourge review, part 2 of it, I actually point this out and show exactly where he speaks and doesn't. But if you've seen that, you know that, and if you already knew it, then you know where it is. You don't need to see it. But for some people out there who may not know that, now they do. Anyway, there's also another little bit of controversy going on with this guy. Is it Bombshell or is it Skywarp? I always said it was Bombshell. Some other people say it's one of the other Insecticons. Most people like to say Skywarp because Skywarp people much prefer to the Insecticons. It's up to you. You can speculate on it all day long. I think it's one of the Insecticons. So that aside, as we know, he is one of Unicron's creations from the battered hulk of a particular Decepticon who we can argue about all day long. And as a Decepticon to Galvatron, he's very loyal. He's an honourable fighter, unlike a lot of the other Decepticons. Scourge in general he's not a backstabbing, two-timing lowlife like Scourge. He's loyal to the Decepticon cause, and he follows Galvatron because in Scourge's mind, they've got the best chance of beating the Autobots by following Galvatron. But Galvatron goes a bit apeshit in some of the episodes and he tries to get him normalised. Very funny. I've probably talked about this before. I'm primarily doing this review on the back of my other Cyclonus review was removed by YouTube. It's one of many reviews that have been removed or have the audio taken out. Thanks a lot, YouTube. So as we know, he appears originally like this. And he's a very, very well developed character in the cartoon show. And brilliantly executed. His character, that is, not the character individually. Blah, 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 blah. He is well portrayed, I meant to say, in the comic. Him and Scourge are practically inseparable. They've got this slight arrogant problem, because they were created by Unicron, they look down on all the other Decepticons, giving them cause sometimes to, well, underestimate the other Decepticons or Autobots' abilities due to the fact that they were created by the Chaos Bringer Unicron. But eventually he comes to his end, unfortunately, gets his head torn off by Megatron. Scourge is going to shoot him and goes, well, if I do this, if I shoot Megatron, then Galvatron can't come, then we can't be created. What a dilemma! So he wimps out and runs off. Good old Scourge, eh? Right, let's take a look at the toys. Let's start with Generation 1 first. Very, well, it's not bad, is it? It's not very good, but it's alright. They did the Target Master one. I don't have it because I'm not paying an exorbitant amount of money for it. If they do a reissue, I'd get it. Originally had blue ears. I've got the blue-eared one, and they had a bit of blue around here, and then it went into production. They just took it away. My fault, obviously, with this toy. It's a bit blocky. It doesn't do a lot of posing around, does it? His arms look like big meat hook fists. And he's not particularly poseable. The face isn't too bad. I kind of like that. But yes, the Generation 1 Cyclonus figure is not bad toy. And it resembles the Jet very well. And the colour is pretty damn good. I'm not going to talk about this guy. No. He's an abomination to the name. And let's compare a really good Universe toy with a really crap one. Oh dear. This Galvatron toy is horrible. I think it's one of the worst Universe toys out there. It's so utterly fragmentatedly bits. It looks like a Frankenstein. He's got one odd arm. His legs all squared and blocky. His head's too small. He's got a tiny old looking waist. What? Now let's take a look at this great toy. This is a good Universe figure. Cyclonus. He's very articulate. He resembles the cartoon show absolutely spot on, I think. In my opinion, as far as you can go. I showed this to somebody and they didn't believe it was a Transformer. They thought it was one of the posable Mega SCS ones or whatever they're called. You know, the ones that you like, posable statues. They thought it was one of them. It's so good, is the articulation on this figure. great mode. He comes with his target master. Now, is it Fracas? No, I think that's Scourge's. I can't remember his name, actually, the target master for Scourge. 1 second. I feel a bit of an arsehole now. Nightstick. I shouldn't really have forgotten that, should I? But there we go. That's the name of this guy. And in all fairness, the toy itself, the little target master chappy down here, they're not bad, actually. They're a lot better than the original. They've actually got a little bit of motion, a little bit of depth to the character they're trying to portray here with the toy. It's not bad, is it? I mean, considering it's sort of like just thrown in with the toy, no complaints at all. I do like this effect with his eyes. I don't know if you can see that, if that lights. You can... Well, it's a common done thing with toys nowadays. See, the back of his head is, you know, it's transparent and it's flicks just the light through it, makes it look like his eyes are lit up. It's a nice effect. It's quite good, actually. Funny thing is, Scourge and Cyclonus in the actual Headmasters show are played for comic relief. They're always messing things up. They're like Laurel and Hardy. Or, I don't know, Albert and Costello, I suppose, as well. It's quite funny, actually. I don't know why they've done that, but it's a ruination of great characters. Cyclonus I always liked. I actually really liked him. He actually respected some of the Autobots, Ultra Magnus in particular, because he felt he was his equal. Scourge is actually portrayed, I think, in the cartoon and in some other variation forms. I think in the comic book as being slightly larger than Galvatron anyway. I don't know why they've done that. I mean, there's no problem with that. If you compare it to that Pizzle... Oh dear, he's fallen to pieces. Yeah, even other miserable piece of junk, that universe, Galvatron. Look, can I just warn you against it? I mean, if you want to get it, fine. No doubt there's somebody out there saying, it's really a great toy. Shut up. So I'm sorry if I've insulted the toy and you liked it, but I don't like it. This, on the other hand, is brilliant. There's a recolour one of this out. I may get it because I think this toy is so good. I would go as far to say it's one of my favourite Transformers in my collection along these lines, and anything along that similar ilk of height and posability. This is a must-buy Transformer. For any fans of the show, or the original G1, or any other form of Transformers you like, this one's worth getting. Right, so that's just a recap of Cyclonus to take up for the one that YouTube removed. I'm sorry, they didn't even give me a chance to change the audio, they just blanked it out. Thank you so much. I may have been able to, you know, to edit it out, but no, not doing that. Just edit the whole thing. Ugh, I suppose I should have known better, really. I've only got myself to blame. Right, that's Starscream signing off, saying take care, everybody. I'll be back for some more reviews soon, and I hope you enjoyed this one. See you later.